For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za.
Ola bafethu bongani bobomnisi bafethu ngicela subscribe ku iDiskiTV.
Hola bafethu, this is Junior Kanye. Please subscribe to iDiskiTV.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. So the plan today was for two guys to watch Orlando Pirates versus Golden Arrows, and then two other guys, which is Junior Kanye and Bobo. You'll find them, no shame, talking about Mamelodi Sundowns and Marumo Gallants as well. So the Pirates game was called off. It was raining on the stadium. It's a stadium that I think it's a home ground. It's Golden Arrows. So the match commissioner called the game off. They call it abandoned, but effectively it means the players warmed up, the game was not played. So what we'll discuss here in this video is the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns has won. They are 12 points ahead of Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates are 3 games behind. What does that mean for the picture of the title race? Let me start with you, Tso. Did you agree with the decision to call off that game?
Mr. Nkewu kunjani?
Yes, sir.
Angibulise wena mfethu, ngibulise Stizi. Ngibulise Phep Mukwena.
Yes, sir.
Ngibulise lapho Bobo Khadoso. Shane, chairman my chairman. Ngibulise nani emakhaya. Cela support njalo la iDiskiTV. Ngizobe njengoba njalo ngijike futhi.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nkewu, uthe umatch commissioner makakhuluma lapha ukuthi game lena ngeke siqhubeke ngaxaka amadolo. Why ngixaka amadolo? Because I'm looking at the time. How many games are you guys missing? And again, the pressure that you guys are putting yourself under.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. It's not you guys that said
It's not your
this
fault.
game ingadlala.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at ukuthi psychologically izoba ne impact engakanani again looking at the Sundowns ivula igap engaka, because 12 points is so huge, Mr. Nkewu. Because it doesn't matter, you can have 5 games. I still remember at some point playing, we were ahead with points ngama game, then Chiefs were behind ngama game, and you know, Mr. Nkewu, you can have a game behind, you don't have points. You still have to go and play.
You would have loved for the game to continue.
Definitely. I mean, for me, it was going to be good to see them playing, try and close that gap between one and the Sundowns.
Pep Guardiola, just your thoughts. Let me hold the mic for you. We can give it to the mic. What did you think when you saw that, as it relates to the title race, as it relates to some of the points that Tso is making as well? When they called off that game, what did you think about it in the context of the title race?
You know what I'm worried about, Mr. Nkewu? I'm worried the fact that they are chasing. And being a chaser is probably the most difficult thing. Yeah. And a 12-pointer against the point machine, like Mamelodi Sundowns, there's so many things that need to be questioned about the league. Because in my opinion, it's not just about the games that Orlando Pirates are not playing, but it's killing the competition. You cannot allow a chaser to be 12 points ahead of the number one on the log. For me, the game, they should have played the game, in my opinion. I think Mamelodi Sundowns did the same in a waterlogged pitch. I think they could have delayed the game a little bit.
In fact, sorry to cut you, I heard some of the Chiefs fans saying, yesterday it was raining for us and we were playing. Yeah. Although, to be fair, a World Cup stadium is not the same as the municipality stadium in Mpumalanga Stadium. So the draining system is not the same. But this country, this city has been raining, so you might as well play the matches.
Nkululeko, I understand with the pitch. Even in England, they play most of half of the season in a rainy situation. In my opinion, Orlando Pirates should have played this game. I will never ever change my mind with that, Nkululeko. I think they were just supposed to delay the game, because now they are 12 points away. They have to play every game like a final. Now, they're going to make a lot of mistakes, because now every game they approach, they always want to win the game. They might lose their soul a little bit, because now they are chasing. Understand, Nkululeko? Maybe even the way they play, they might even change it. It might affect even the way they play, because every minute matters. Every game seems like a final.
Yeah. Let me go back to you, Tso. You are Orlando Pirates players. You were supposed... I think that everyone at that stadium wanted to play the game. The players, they would not have traveled there. The players, the coaches, the fans. I heard when they were announcing on the speaker, on the PA system, the fans were not happy. But of course, they went home as soon as they heard that news. So the Pirates players, the Golden Arrows players, Musa Pilankulu was speaking. He did a pre-match interview, even not Jose Rivero. Everyone wanted to play. Now then, my question to you, Tso, is you are in the Pirates dressing room. That game is called off. On your way to the hotel, you find out that Sundowns has won against Marumo Gallants. What do you think? What are you thinking as a player?
Mr. Nkewu, that's why ngishilo ngathi makuthiwa igame ngeke ziqhubeka ngixaka amadolo, because I just put myself in those players' shoes to say, wow, yazi ngabe sidlalile le game, even if Sundowns they win their game, but at least we've played, we've won our game. We are still there.
And minimizing the gap.
Yes, but now the gap is huge now. How are we going to manage to get to where Sundowns is right now? Even to get that 3 points, a game on arrows is going to be a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Like they will have to get them a dynamite to like more the surface for them to get the 3 points, because it's not going to be easy. One is the mental strength to the players to say, Sundowns are there, we're here. We've got games, yes, but we don't have points. And we still have to work for those points. And then now it's a shy already, because I can feel now, Mr. Nkewu, it's not gonna be easy for Orlando Pirates to get some of the points. And I'm telling you now, I just wish because if football is something else, Mr. Nkewu, when you think I've got games I can get those points. In place with 9 points, you can get 3 points. That is football. And not that they are not good enough. No, it's because of the pressure that they are in now to say, guys, Sundowns. Now they are not focusing in the plan. Yeah, but now you go to let's take each game as it comes. Then let's forget about Sundowns. Yes, they are there. But now, here's Arrows. Let's go and grind. And get up. Doesn't matter even if we win that game with 1-0, but let's go and grind. Now comes back to say, does Pirates have experienced players to help these boys at this moment?
Yeah. Do you look at this as an automatic advantage to Sundowns? Yeah. Number one, the gap. If Pirates wins all the matches, the gap is only 3 points.
Yeah.
But in real life, it's 12 points
Yeah.
with 3 games in hand.
Yeah.
Only if Pirates wins all of them, then it's a 3-point gap. But in the real world, the points that have already been put in the bag for Sundowns, it means there are 12 points. Do you look at this as an advantage? The fact that Pirates didn't play, plus the matches that were postponed previously earlier in the league as well, is it advantage Sundowns?
Yeah, I think it's an advantage to Sundowns, more especially for a points machine like that, Nkululeko. And also, it's important to mention that Orlando Pirates might lose rhythm. That's one thing I'm worried about, in my opinion. Their best performing players are losing form, right, Nkululeko? And that's the worry. They've got injuries, and they've got a lot of suspensions. The rhythm of the team is the most important thing, because when you're chasing a league, it's not about grinding results. And this puts them in a position where they have to grind results now. And in my opinion, they were coming up all right. They had reference in how they won their games. So now this affects them, because psychologically, if I'm a player, I'm in that dressing room, I am thinking this affects my rhythm. This affects the coach's plans as well, because now every game needs a tactical approach that is completely different. You saw even in the previous game that they were under pressure, Nkululeko. The coach started using Dino van Rooyen as a right back, bringing Urile into midfield now. So you can tell that they are overthinking. They are overthinking each and every situation, because so they are overthinking each and every single thing. They are overthinking from a rhythm perspective, player, and a tactical structure. For me, it affects even their tactical structure, because it puts pressure on certain players. Tito must perform every game. Relay has a responsibility of performing each and every game. The defense has a responsibility of keeping clean sheets. That means Superman. Mabasa needs to score goals even when nothing is happening. So now Melaba create to magic out of everything. And these teams are very smart, Nkululeko. They will come with a defensive structure or approach, because they know Orlando Pirates is going to be frustrated to break them. They are the ones that need the points more than anyone. So now that's why I'm saying it affects the rhythm, the tactical approach of the coach. Advantage Sundowns, and a huge advantage in my opinion.
All right. Let's wrap it up, Mr. So-and-so. If you are helping that dressing room at Pirates, one way or another, these matches are going to have to be played.
Yeah.
What do you say to them? Because in real life, it's a 12-point gap.
Yeah.
But there's a good possibility that if you win all your 3 matches in hand, you drill it down to only a 3-point gap.
Mr. Nkewu, they just need to be calm, not lose focus. Know that on the back of your mind that Sundowns have got 12 points. So you guys, you need to go there and win your game. Play your normal game. Don't try and put yourself under pressure in terms of trying to get points. Because once they will put that in their mind to say, we desperately need these 3 points, then that's when you're going to make all the wrong decisions and they will lose all those points. So they just need to become focused in their game plan. Go and play the normal game about Tito, about Mfukeng, about Mabasa. Everyone needs to focus now and come down to say, guys, let's forget about Sundowns. They've played their game. They've got 12 points. We need to play our game as normal as we normally do. Let's focus on our game. And then if we focus each and every game, as we're gonna play, then it's gonna make a difference.
I need to
with
ask you
us.
one more thing, Lindo. This is in relationship. So this thing is about logistics. It's about the realistic things that can be done. It's about costs. It's about costs to us as fans and everyone else. Supersport, SAPC, preparation for the players. It costs hundreds of thousands to house these players, to give them hotel space, to even pay for the stadium on that night to the municipalities. Do you think it's a good idea now that, because it's been raining for the past 7 days in Johannesburg, for example, do you think it's a good idea for these match commissioners to stop matches? Should we not just continue to play just like yesterday, just like the previous days? And I'm sure there's other matches that were played in other provinces that were affected by rain. Would you say that it's a good idea it's not a decision by the teams, Pirates and Arrows, it's the match commissioner. Given the cost of all of this, would you say it's a good idea going forward, or should we just continue to play in the rain?
Nkululeko, that's my biggest worry. Play the game. There's people that have traveled, teams have traveled. In my opinion, I'm even worried for Orlando Pirates. I think if I was the Orlando Pirates management, I would have tried something to push the game, even if it's played tomorrow. Because now you are piling up games, but not just that. The rain is not going to stop. It's going to rain for the next 7 days. So will you guys play the game next week? If it rains...
I think it kind of depends on the stadium. How much can it drain and all of that. But I think you're on the right track in terms of play. The spirit must be to play these matches. Try as much as you can to play them.
Even the league, even the referees have a responsibility of giving us a title race. They cannot, the match commissioners need to understand, we've been suffering for 7 years where one team was dominant. We need a title race. And these games need to play at the same time so that we can also have that. It's good for the fans at the stadium. You're looking at the Mamelodi Sundowns match, look at the fans that are at the stadium. There's no excuse. Fans don't make excuse to go to the stadium. Rain, shine, or whatever the case may be. I don't understand the state of the field. I don't understand the state of Iwotalo. But in my opinion, you make sure you play those games. Because the league, the game is about the players. And if the players want to play, these are the stars, Nkululeko. And if they feel that they want to play, you give them the benefit of the doubt. You give them, because the stars are not referees, they are not coaches, are the players.
There you go. Thank you very much to Lindo. Thank you very much to Tso as well. The reality is that, of course, the match commissioner working with his officials will look at that and say, okay, this is unplayable. And based on that decision, the match will not play. That has nothing to do with the clubs. Maybe the clubs could be consulted. If one of the clubs is not comfortable playing, maybe that also is taken into consideration. However, there's a bigger picture here. There's a title race. And the title race cannot be affected by stopping matches. You can't really allow that to happen. Let those two teams fight. Because it's negatively affecting Pirates, actually, because it is compiling matches, match after match after match. They're going to have to play those matches at some point. So there we are then, Mamelodi Sundowns winning on the other side. If Orlando Pirates had won, as they probably should have against Golden Arrows, then it will be all things equal with those two teams. It's now a 12-point gap. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times, World Sports Betting.
Shapunjan bafowethu ikamala Lindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiskiTV. Tanko.
This is Bongane Benedict Vilakazi, they call me Tso. Niyazi bafethu, amakhosi for life, they are back in winning ways. Please, siyacela ukuthi subscribe iDiski TV.